Hello, listeners. Let me present you a report on the topic model for supporting decision of a group of a smart city project investors taking into consideration multifactoriality and turnout. The authors of the publication are Lakhno, Valery Malyukov, Vladimir Malyukov, Dmitry Kasatkin, and Blozva. I will report. Conceptual approach related to the creation and development of the infrastructure of smart cities were announced back in the early. Visually, in order to maximize transform or adapt traditional cities into smart cities, it is necessary to maximize the full potential of information and communication technology. Moreover, as many research note, advanced ICT are a key element for achieving the goals for such a transformation, and in addition to the use of model, ICT helps to solve other related tasks such as improving public service, improving the efficiency and safety of the urban environment, improving urban logistics and population mobility, introducing energy effectiveness and resource saving, the technology in the energy and the water supply system, and much more for. However, we noted that all such innovation technologies and the ways of their implementation directly into smart city system require careful elaboration of financing strategy for potential investors. Many players in the investment market, including in the smart city system and technology, consider the ICT and the context evaluation, the attraction and screening of such financial investments. We noted that to encourage the effectiveness and efficiency of the evaluation such project, it is as advisable to use the potential of various computerized decision support system (VCC). This problem is especially relevant for the situation when the several groups of investors interactive and the investment market. Moreover, the interest of the investors can be diametrically opposed. The foregoing determined the elevation of the subject of the study in terms of the need to develop a new model VCC. We invested in large innovation solution, which of the course included smart city ICT development project. Such model being implemented in the corresponding algorithm and software development of VCC models with the reduced disparity between the forecasting data and the real return on the investment in smart city technology. The elevation of the problem of increasing the efficiency of the evaluation investment project, including tools relating to smart cities, is advanced by a significant number of publications on the topic. Within the scope of the article focused only on the analysis of publication conceptually close to the topic of our study. Large number of research innovative to create a new smart city and the process of providing existing ones of focused on the technical aspects of this task, namely technology for the development of new touch device, communication network, storage and data processing system, new cloud platforms, capability of management urban service, opening upgrade opportunities for compliance in the sectors. Therefore, again determines the relevance of the subject of our study in terms of the need to develop a new model for DCC for in the large innovation solution, which of course includes smart cities ICT development project. Such model being implemented in the corresponding algorithm and software development of DCC models will reduce the difference between forecasting data and the real return on investment in the smart city technology. The purpose and objects of the network. Development of a model of choosing rational strategy for investing by a group or groups of investors in project related to in the implementation of ICT smart cities. Unlike the existing model, it is based on the solution of a binary multi-steps sequential game of quality with several terminal surfaces. A combinatorial experiment using the DCC software model in order to verify model operability as well as ubiquitous methods. Various approaches can be used to fill in the DCC of the model balance. In figure, you will see diagram of the decision-making process based on the proposed model. For example, as we know about ATT, uh, SAT, hierarchized analysis method, models, and method of the game theory, disconnect and compounding methods on the other using to solve these problems. Of course, to encourage the ability of estimates issued by the ECC, the potential investors, various methods can be combined, science, and each of them has both its advantage and disadvantage. Let's assume that are two investors. Two groups can also be considered for smart city project. From the point of view of the applying of the parameters of game theory, so we are talking about players who control a dynamic system in multidimensional space. Let's also assume that the system controls the changes in the financial flows of players in continuous condition of describe the system using binary multi-step equation. Moreover, the contract to the case that we provide the ability multi-step equation previously examined. In the framework of this article, we speak of the dependent movements and the players and their success steps. The task into the find many strategic of the players. The article contains the only solution to the problem from the point or to the second problem is the absolute similar of the first. Player should interact in a process of the investment as a mentioned above. We will describe the interactive of players as a binary multi-step game with the alternate moves and complete information. It is as a diagonal matrix with the following diagonal elements you will see in this figure. Experiments and results. In figure 1, first, the correspondence to the case we invite first has advantage in the ratio of the initial result fin R. That is, fin R are in the set of a preference of the invite first. The invite first, using his optimal strategy, will bring the system to the own terminal surface. With the figure second, you will see that this corresponds to the case when the invasion second brings uh, the state of the system to their own terminal surface. In the figure third, you will see a situation in which the initial state of the system is one of the beam of balance. Players using their optimal strategy move and the lines of the satisfier simulationally both investigate first and investigate second. Therefore, this situation illustrates the stability of the system. We needed to note that that with small deviation for when choosing the implementation of the optimal strategy to for invited first. See the dash line. They will achieve their goals, but somewhere later. Conclusion of the work. A model of a mathematical support solution during the elevation of the project for the smart city is proposed. Unlike existing solution, the new model considers the multifactorial nature of the data set, as well as the sequence of steps investors take to implementation their financial strategy. Model primarily focuses on the follow-up program implementation in the utilization cross-platform system for decision support. The model allows to elevation that are attributions of the analytic project for investor players as a part of the development of a complete dynamic system, which, for example, includes smart city. Also, unlike the solution previously given by the authors, and the model considers a situation in which player control and dynamic system is multi-dimensional project space, as in the example of the appliance scope of the model investment project to smart city were considered. The result obtained and the mathematical calculations presented in the article are obtained on the basis of the solution of the binary multi-step quality game with several terminal states. Said the scientific novelty of the work lies in the fact that contract of the student solution and conceptual flows researched as the article considered a new class of multi-step binary game. The process approaching the resultate solution for the search where the multiplier of the player's preference allows us to correctly and adequately describe the environment process, giving the multifactorial nature of the problem statement and the result of a combinatorial experiment that were obtained using the prototype models of the DCC are described. This model is designed to search for optimal financial investment strategy with the result of a computational experiment, as well as its compromised analysis with other order models in the search segments contained by the current list and objectives of the results. Thank you for your attention.